Here are two prisms. What do prisms have that pyramids have different? Two bases is correct. Okay, so these two figures have two bases. Two bases. And I'm putting it in the middle section because it applies to both of them. Okay, now if you remember back when we were doing three-dimensional figures, I had told you that the name of the prism tells you what kind of basis it has. So this is called a triangular prism. Put a parenthesis on it and put the word basis above it. That means that on this three-dimensional figure, the bases are triangles. So let's shade them in. And shade both of them because that way you can see where the two bases come in. Also, when you shade them in like that, it kind of helps you to see where the height of the prism is going to be, because the height of the prism is that line that connects one triangle to the second triangle. So one base is connected to the second base through that one line. And that is the height of the prism. The height of the prism. Okay? And look at this one. This one is called a rectangular prism. So the bases are rectangles. Let's shade them in. And again, looking at this rectangle, connecting it to this back rectangle is this line, and that is the height of the prism. Okay, so let's label that right there. Height of prism is the line that connects the two bases. The next part that is similar to both in the mathematics chart was the formula. So the formula was V, volume, equal area of the base times height. I don't just say base times height. This is not area. Okay? The capital B stands for area of the base. Area of the base. Okay, so then looking at that information, I'm going to go first to the left side, the triangular prism, and I am going to take that letter B over here, and the base of this figure, I have it shaded in, it is a triangle. So in the mathematics chart, what is the formula for area of a triangle? What is it? Look at your math chart. What is the formula I need to use for area of a triangle? Good. Half base times height. I'm going to close the parentheses because I want you to figure out that part first and then multiply it times the height of the prism. Notice that there are two H's, but they're different. These two heights are different. This height goes with a triangle, and this height goes with a prism. So then let's use the math chart to cover up the figure. And right now, I'm only worried about the triangle. Okay, because that is the part that I have in parentheses. So let's rewrite it using numbers. Volume equal, parentheses, half times What is the base of that triangle? Look at how I'm covering it up. 3 is correct. 3 times 4, the height of the triangle, and then close the parentheses. And again, the height of the prism is that line that connects one triangle with the other triangle. That line, that is the height that goes out here. Okay, it's the line that connects the two bases.
So why would it be like the 10?
Because that is the line that connects the first base to the second base. The first triangle to the second triangle. The line that connects them. Los está connecting. Putting it together. Okay? So they're different. That's why I wanted you to cover it up like this and see just the triangle goes inside the parentheses. And then I remove it and the 10 goes here. Okay? Now let's multiply. What is half of 4? 2. And 2 times 3? 6. So the parentheses is 6 times 10. What's 6 times 10?
60.
So the answer is 60 feet, cubic feet. All right. The rectangular prism. I'm going to do the same thing, but now I'm going this way. I'm going to do the volume of, and for the letter B, for the area of the base, I need to look only, and look up here. I'm going to cover this up, and I'm only going to look at the base. Okay? So that means 3 times 4, and then times the height of the prism, which is 10. We can put this right here and say this was volume equal length times width and then times height. Okay, we can do that. 3 times 4, 12 times 10, 120 cubic feet. Down here at the bottom it says, what do you notice about the volumes of the two prisms? Look at the answers, the volumes of the two prisms. Huh? They're divided by 2, both of them?
120 is divided by 2 equals 60.
120 divided by 2 is equals 60. It's half. Okay, so why do you think that that is?
Because 0.5.
Because of the 0.5? Uh-huh.
Because what if, like, it's kind of... Oh, wait.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, you got it. I think you got it. What is it?
No, it's because I thought that was going to be a square prism because the triangles are going to be the half. I thought it was going to be the half of it, so that's what they were trying to say.
That, yes, it is, and you're right, because this, look at the bases. It's both 3 of them, right? And then both of them have the 4, and then both of them have the 10. So it's really kind of like if I take a knife and split this right here. And I cut it in half like that, and then it ends up looking like this. But aren't they exactly the same, except with that? It's kind of like one of those margarine bars.
Oh, so 2 of those is 1 of those.
Exactly.
You have to cut the whole thing in half, right?
Yes. So then, yeah, they're basically, well, no, not equal. This is half of this one. So then down here, let's go ahead and write the volume of the triangular prism is half of the volume of the rectangular prism. Number 1, I want you to write the formula V volume equal area of the base, that's the letter B, times height. You can do it on the back. Yes, I'm using 2 sheets. Okay? Do it on the back. Now, The next step is going to be to replace that letter B with the base. So this is the base down here. Okay, this is another base. So then this is your length, this is your width. That'll be length times width times the height. That's 10 times 7 times 5. See how this base and this base are connected by this line? That makes that your height. Okay, what is 10 times 7? 70 times 5. What's 7 times 5? 35. 350, and this is in inches, so it is cubic inches. For number 2, I want you to write the formula. Then I want you to break down the letter B, the area of the base. And the base in this case is a what?
Triangle.
Good, a triangle. Okay, so looking only at the triangle, well, first let me write it. It's going to be parentheses, base times height times half, right? And then this h, this height of the prism. Okay. Half times, only looking at the triangle, 8 times 6, close the parentheses, that's the end of the triangle. And the height of the prism is that line that connects the two bases. So this is your height, 12. Now you're following the order of operations. Parentheses goes first. What is half of 8? 4. 4 times 6? 24. Times 12? 24 times 12. Volume equal 288. This is in meters. So the answer is cubic meters.